right now. Yeah. Today is International Be a Punk for a Day. Unless, you either are like me and think that punk is dead, long live punk, or you've been punk so long you're now actually just commonplace. Anyways, it's International Punk Day, so yeah! It's the OGGM, it's 9 o'clock in the morning, it's the 25th day of October, Halloween is rapidly approaching. It's about 63, 65 degrees and sunny here at Site B, lovely fall weather, but allergies are just like, will you ever be happy with the weather, OGGM? Will you ever be happy? No, I won't. What's going on today that we can talk about that doesn't have to do with Wizards of the Coast? I'm sure there is something going on in the world that doesn't have to revolve around Wizards. Nope. No, there isn't. I know DM Bloodworth just did a huge thing about the controversy regarding Dave Kahn and a certain YouTuber that has been attacking other YouTubers who do OSR, including myself. But I don't have enough information on that, so I got to watch the interview before I comment on it. But yeah, it's a thing. There is not one, not two, but three news stories coming out of Wizards of the Coast. Just one day, Wizards of the Coast. Just one day. Could you do something that isn't controversial? Could you just, is it just going to be the point where, Wizards of the Coast intern makes sandwich and people are like on one side, oh my God, how dare he make sandwiches? That's such a horrible thing. Wizards of the Coast is controversial. Wizards of the Coast promotes the eating of ham in their workplace. And the other side is like, that sandwich was just so monumental moment from Dungeons & Dragons. It shows how D&D has influenced the art of sandwich making. Just one day. Could you go? No, you can't. Can you? No. You got to hand it to them. They constantly remain in the limelight no matter what they do. So they are constantly a talking point. So we have not one, not two, but three. Two of which should come as no surprise. Number one, hey, the one D&D survey about the new expert classes, Bard, Rogue, and Ranger. Why do you hate Ranger so much, Wizards of the Coast? Why? It's been extended. So now you have till November 15th. Well, technically midnight, November 14th, but, November 15th, basically. To go to D&D Beyond, check out the new expert classes, Rogue, Bard, and Ranger. Why do you hate Rangers so much, Wizards of the Coast? And go to the survey and tell Wizards of the Coast what you think about the changes, what you like, what you don't like. Why did you nerf guidance? Why do you hate Rangers so much? What are you trying to do with the Bard? It still is a mess of a class that makes no sense, but is awesome, but makes no sense. And it's been extended. It was supposed to only go to the end of this month, but they extended it to November 14th. What a shock. What a surprise. Wow, really? It's not like this is what they did just with the last one. It's not like I called it. I called it. Number two, Wizards of the Coast has announced on D&D Beyond there is now digital and physical bundles for a ton of previous product that isn't selling. Like, there's a digital and physical bundle for Spelljammer. I'm going to assume it's the new edited Spelljammer that does not include the racist monkeys. Space monkeys are racist. No, they're not. And digital bundle and physical bundle for other products over the last year or so that haven't sold, like Strixhaven, Witchlight, Candlekeep, Spellcraft. Yeah, StarCraft, Spelljammer, So this is part of their incentive to translate more and more of D&D to digital. Now you can go to D&D Beyond, order the D&D exclusive copies, D&D Beyond exclusive copies of Witchlight and Spelljammer and Dragonlance and whatever else hasn't sold over the last year. And we can get the physical copy sent to you in the mail eventually. And you can get instant access to all the digital information for Spelljammer, minus, of course, the racist comments about space monkeys. And I guess you could also get Radiant Citadel because, that hasn't sold. How could you mess up Radiant Citadel? Again, Wizards of the Coast, how? How could you mess up? It's just so simple, and yet you messed it up. So, yay! 2 big computer digital D&D Beyond related stories. That should come as no surprise to anyone. What? Wizards of the Coast extended the D&D survey? I'm so surprised. What? Wizards of the Coast is now announcing digital and physical bundles of product that isn't moving in hopes to get some sales of, like, I don't know, Radiant Citadel out of the D&D warehouse. I mean, this doesn't help the local game shops, Dreamworld Collectibles here in Ventura, California, that have their copies of, Witchlight or Radiant Citadel or Call of the Netherdeep, which is the worst D&D adventure ever. Those aren't moving in the warehouses. And so because they're not moving in the warehouses, because they're sitting on the shelves at stores, both big box retail and friendly local game stores, as Dreamworld Collectibles here in Ventura, California. And because they're not moving, there's not any new orders coming in. And so since there's not any new orders coming in, tons and tons of copies of Radiant Citadel and Spelljammer and Strixhaven are sitting on the shelves of Wizards of the Coast warehouse. So now they're going, all right, if you buy this digital copy of Spelljammer, minus the controversial topics, we will also send you eventually the physical copy so we can clear out room in the warehouse and to make place for the next thing that you're not going to buy, Dragonlance. Meanwhile, your friendly local game store like Dreamworld Collectibles here in Ventura, California, or Target or Barnes & Nobles are still stuck with their copies, and they can't get anything new until they sell those. And meanwhile, they also have to reserve space for Dragonlance, which also won't sell. But meanwhile, Wizards of the Coast is getting all the finger pointing for the $60 million loss, including replacing not one, not two, but 3 high-ranking members of the Wizards of the Coast with brand new, fresh faces who formerly worked at Microsoft because, what? Hasbro wants to take D&D into the digital realm and completely restructure how we perceive this game? I'm so surprised. I'm so surprised. I'm at shock. I'm having a heart attack here. I'm having a heart attack from not being surprised. It should not come as a shock to anybody. Oh my God, Wizards of the Coast's job is to make money for Hasbro. Really important things going on in the world? Wizards of the Coast does stuff. Really important things going on in the world? Wizards of the Coast does stuff. Ooh, shiny. Now we have one more story regarding the 30th anniversary edition of Magic the Gathering. 30 years? Dear God, it just seems like yesterday I was sitting with Barry Oster learning how to play this stupid game. 30 years of Dungeons of Magic the Gathering. And there's some controversy over the 30th anniversary because it's a limited edition and it's $1,000. And we're going to go into that in a separate thing because I've already, talked about 10 minutes about Wizards of the Coast. In this one, we should move on to Magic the Gathering in a separate vlog. So if you want to hear me talk about Magic the Gathering 30th anniversary $1,000 box set, that should be up in a couple seconds. If you don't, that's fine because, it's one of those stories where I don't care. But it's newsworthy, and you guys care. But really, is this important? No, it's not. Does it affect the Dungeons & Dragons community? No, it doesn't. Does it affect the fact that Magic the Gathering is going to make them $1 billion this year and continue in popularity ad infinitum? No, it doesn't. But it's news! Anyways, I'm the OGGM. If you appreciate this content, let me know. If there's anything you'd like to see me change, let me know. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Help me hit 1,000 subs, and we'll do something crazy. If you're feeling generous with the holidays coming up and want to support the OGGM adventures, there's several ways. Links down below to the D&D Beyond survey extension and the bundle sales. I will be back later today with Magic the Gathering controversy. And maybe there's a story about a game company that isn't Wizards of the Coast. I know, Goodman Games. Is there something going on with Goodman Games and keep on the... Yeah, we should talk about that instead. See ya.